and there never was another God. This is the one spoken of in the 32nd chapter of the book of Deuteronomy. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. And none can deliver out of my hand. I raise my hand to heaven and cry, I live forever. That is the one spoken of. For in that 32nd chapter, it is said, you are unmindful of the rock that begot you. And you have forgotten the God who gave you birth. He is dreaming me into being. And when he awakes from his dream, I am he. He is dreaming you into being, as revealed to me many years ago. I laid myself down within you to sleep, said he to me. And as I slept, I dreamed a dream. I dreamed. And then I knew exactly what he was dreaming. He is dreaming that he's I. And I knew that when he awoke from the dream, I am he. I am the Lord, spoken of in Scripture as Jehovah, who is Jesus. And his son, who is the anointed, is David. That is the story. And everyone is going to experience it. And that's all taking place within you. And I'm telling you, one day, you are to fall upon the stone. You will alight upon it as a bird alights upon the tree. And the minute you alight upon it, and the stone appears before you, you watch it, it's going to break. It's going to fragment itself. And before you can think, it's going to gather itself together again and form itself into the human form, seated in the lotus posture. And it's just like you. It's you, and you know it's you. And yet you are observing it. And the face is so beautiful. And the face is so strong. And there's such majesty in that face. There's nothing, a thing on earth comparable to what you're going to observe. And you're going to know it's you. And it's going to glow like the sun. And then when it reaches the apex of intensity, it's going to explode. And then you'll open your eyes, and there you are, the same being. No break in continuity. You are the same being who sat down to simply contemplate. Only now you know who you are. Now you know there is no other cause, and you can't turn to the left or the right, either to praise or to condemn anything that is happening to you. You planted it. You've forgotten when you planted it, what you planted it. All the things that are happening to you. At one moment in time, you actually planted it. How did you plant it? By entertaining the thought. You reacted in some way, either in a pleasant way, and the lovely things come, or the unpleasant way, and they come. So do not be deceived. You cannot kid yourself, because you are the one dreaming it. And he will wait upon you and waits upon you, just as swiftly and as indifferently, if the will in you is good or if it is evil. Doesn't make any difference to him. He'll dream any dream that you suggest to him. There are many others who think they do not dream. I had a secretary. His name was Butler, Jack Butler. And he swore he had never had a dream in his life. I would see him and hear him talk in his dream. I had a suite of rooms at the hotel, and Jack lived in one of my rooms. And I went in one night, and here he is, mumbling to himself, and he swore to me he had never had a dream in his life. Well, I knew he was dreaming, but he could never bring it back to the surface. So I said, Jack, and he answered, yes. I said, look what that cat is doing to you. He said, what? I said, look, the cat is on your head. The cat is messing on your head. And he started this way with his hands, and he started pulling his hair out. And he was throwing the cat off of his head. And when he woke up from this, which he said was no dream, I said, well, Jack, were you having a nightmare? He said, no. I said, did you have a dream? He said, no dream. And here's a man going through every suggestion that I made. I told him the cat was on his head. The cat was messing on his head. And all these things, he actually lived and pulled the cat off the head. And when he came back to the surface, he could not bring back an inkling of what he actually was experiencing below the surface mind. So if you don't bring it back, don't think you're not dreaming. And the deep of man is dreaming. And that man is perfect. It is God. That is the stone spoken of in Scripture. And man has rejected it. Man refuses to admit that he himself is the cause of the phenomena of life. He turns around and it is caused by a bug. It's caused by that. It's caused by something other than myself. And so the papers are full of it all day. TV, we're exposed to TV. The whole thing is all based upon something on the outside of man that is causing man's misfortune. And it isn't so at all. If I have a cold, it isn't because there's a cold going around. If I have any pain, it's not because pains are going around. Whatever I suffer, I am suffering because I, and I alone, did not prune the vine. I was not a good man who was watching the strange, irregular twigs and pruned them. And I entertained them beyond the limit that I should. I should have pruned it in its bud, so the vine would always bear good, clean, full, lovely clusters to repay the hand that wisely wounded it. So I wound a tree when I prune it. Certainly I wound it. But it will repay me with lovely clusters if I wisely wound it. And then I will not have to go through all the horrors that everyone in this world goes through. Because everything that happens to us, we are bringing it upon ourselves. For we are the vine spoken of in Scripture as Jesus. He says, I am the true vine. My Father is the vine dresser. And I found that Jesus. And he's just like the one who observed him when the stone is broken. He's buried in the stone. And when the stone reforms itself, it's you who contemplated first of all the stone, then the fragmented stone, and then it's returned to man. And from then on, you cannot blame anyone in the world. I don't care what they will tell you or what anyone else will suggest. You can't blame anyone. It's all you. You are the eternal vine. You are the stone that you yourself have rejected. The whole vast world has rejected this stone as the cause of the phenomenon of life. But I tell you, if you accept it, it will make life easier.